Welcome back. In this lesson, you will be learning the significance and importance of reducing stress, all types of stress. To be quite frank, at all times, you are either in a state of stress or not. You're either in the fight or flight or rest and digest. That's it. Stress or no stress. This is also referred to sympathetic or parasympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system prepares the body for fight or flight response during any potential danger that the brain might perceive. On the other hand, the parasympathetic nervous system inhibits the body from overworking. It's a state of restoring the body to a calm and composed state. Stress literally affects every single body system. When your body goes through stress of any kind, it obviously affects your mental state. It impacts your weight set point, causes you to store fat, can raise your blood sugar, kill your metabolism, upset digestion, negatively impact hormones, interfere with your hunger cues, speed up the aging process, and weaken the immune response. Stress really is a silent killer and is the root of all imbalances within the body. You can have stress short-term and long-term, and your body is meant to have that fight or flight response, that so-called stress response for times of danger. You know, our bodies back in the day were designed to be around danger a lot, and our bodies needed this response to, such as run away from predators. But in today's world, this stress response is constantly going off just for minimal issues, and this leads to disease. Okay, so stress and digestion. Stress slows down digestion and does not allow nutrients to be absorbed or assimilated. And again, it's not about what we eat, but what is absorbed. When the stress response is on, your body even may trigger a feeling of false hunger because it's back in starvation mode. So here's a little graph showing the chain of stress. When we're stressed, the adrenals release a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is released through the body during the fight or flight response, and there are terrible effects of cortisol on the body, such as weight gain. Your body has an internal reason or stressor as to why it wants you to be fat and why it's causing you to hold on to extra weight. Remember, your body naturally wants to be thin and healthy, but only under the right circumstances. Stress can mess up those circumstances, and stressors can be things such as physical and non-physical. Internal stress, external stress, emotional stress, all the above. You can have physical, such as pollution, noise, injury, infectious agents. Psychological, involving anything that is threatening, whether real or imagined, and psychosocial, involving in interpersonal relationships with people we know or from isolation or from today's social media. So, stress must be addressed at all angles, very holistically. When you are in a stress state, your body is in that state of fight or flight, also a state of threat, and your body reacts and it knows it must do something to keep you safe. Your body wants to be fat anytime it decides that being fat is the best way to keep you safe from all these threats. If you eliminate the reasons your body wants to be fat, you eliminate the stressors, your body will melt fat and you will feel better mentally and physically. So your body has this alarm, stress hormones, all those chemical reactions, and complete body-wide changes. As I said, stress can be in the form of mental and emotional threats. Important to note is that your body reacts to physical threats the same way it does with mental and emotional. But what's unfortunate is that your brain doesn't understand the mental and emotional stressors and considers you to be in a threatened situation as if there was a real physical threat. Even when you have emotional or mental stresses, your body goes something like, oh no, do something, and it needs to keep you safe. So The emotional threats have been shown to turn on the same reactions the way a physical threat would say, "Oh no, I'm freezing, there's a predator, I have limited food supply, and it must do something." All of these stressors communicate to your body that there is a threat out there, somewhere, whatever it may be, and you need to be safe. The body's unfortunate common reaction to keep you safe is storing fat and creating an environment for disease to rise. You may have mental stress, emotional stress, on top of all the environmental stresses and other internal stress and spiritual stress that all cause your body to be on alert for the next threat. Managing and reducing all forms of stress is so important, and I cannot literally stress this enough. Okay, so let's talk about mental stress. Mental stress is a result of how you perceive your environment. When you're getting ready for your day, getting dressed, driving in traffic, making lunch, browsing the web, using social media, if you're comparing yourself to others, or you're coming home, making dinner, going out with friends, getting undressed, you may be having negative, reactive thoughts all day long, all day, every day. These negative thoughts are constant stressors and threats to your body. You may be in the habit of thinking negatively, fearfully, angrily, and worrying all day long without even realizing it, which can result in storing fat all day long without you even realizing it. One point I'd also like to make is stressing about your food choices, such as indulging in food that isn't quite as healthy as what you normally eat or what you should eat. For example, if your friend asks you out to dinner, and if you immediately start stressing about what you're going to eat, then you know what's going to happen. Negative. But if you are a mindful, present, loving, peaceful, calm, and happy, and you are not stressing over the food, this can help combat the physical stressors of that food. Because the more processed the food is, the more natural, synthetic it may be, it does cause a more significant stress response within the body physically, specifically in your immune system and your gut. That is a pure physical stress from food. But being mindful and indulging in these occasionally, not so foods, is okay. Do not stress. Be present and love and enjoy the community that you're having. And again, it's not about what you do occasionally, but what matters is what you do consistently every day. So the same goes for like holidays and parties. If this is something occasionally, it's okay. Enjoy the party. Enjoy the cookies or the yummy food if you want. Some people like me like to also have a nourishing meal before, so I'm less likely to binge and overeat when I'm at the party. I also like to prepare and bring my own dishes that I've made with healthier alternatives. Most people won't even know it's healthy, but you do. And so don't stress. Enjoy the moment. Don't get stuck there. Get back to your healthy eating and healthy habits tomorrow, or even tonight. Because if you want to succeed and reach your goals, it is ultimately up to you to stay consistent on what is going to keep you healthy and at a healthy weight long term. Consistency is key. Okay, let's look at other types of stress threats. One being mental starvation. This means lacking something, lacking money, love, time, freedom, fun, confidence, even maybe lacking positive thoughts. Your body sees this as lacking something or lacking food, like starvation, which causes the body to store fat. The body can interpret the lack of emotional sense the same way it interprets a lack of food. Everyday stress, such as the constant need to maybe get more money, have a better job, have more things, do more things, have better relationships, get ahead in life, all your dysfunctional, limiting beliefs, these can all be interpreted in the body as a time of famine, a major stress. Trauma of any sort can make your body feel safe and fat. mental, emotional, spiritual, or even physical trauma. Then we have emotional obesity, when people are drawn to the conclusion that being fat makes their bodies feel safer. We also have emotional eating. This can generally be when people eat for pleasure or anything other than for pure nutrition. Emotional obesity can result from physical, emotional, or mental abuse. It's your body's way of hiding. Feelings need to be addressed and released in order for your body to not want to hide behind its fat, quite literally. Working through emotions, even emotions maybe from your childhood, etc., and riding the waves of the emotions, letting them release, letting your body feel, get rid of those, is so important to overall health. If this is you, a few things you might want to ask yourself is, maybe, what is the weight trying to tell you? What metaphors might this overweight be trying to tell you? Then we have self-punishment. You may not feel worthy of being successful or worthy of love or worthy of a beautiful body. If we are angry with ourselves and do not feel worthy, then the body can react to storing fat as self-punishment. You may also be guilty of using fat as an excuse to escape other uncomfortable areas of your life. It's sometimes easier and more comfortable to blame fat than to confront these issues. I'm sorry to say this, kind of. I don't want to cause you any pain, but pain is usually a motivating driver of change. The point I want to make here is that growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. You have to get rid of these excuses. So you can see these are chronic low-grade stressors, and these are the root cause of your body wanting to be in massive fat storage all the time. So let's take a look at the stress response and to get a better understanding. So when we're stressed, cortisol is produced. Cortisol is indeed needed in the body at the right balance. Cortisol is a stress hormone that, at elevated levels, causes fat storage and excess circulating fat to be relocated and deposited deep into the abdomen. Cortisol release also causes blood sugar to be elevated, causing insulin to be elevated, our fat-making hormone. It also causes inflammatory compounds to be released into the bloodstream, causing more fat to be made. These chronic low-grade stressors, or threats over time, keep our stress hormones like cortisol and other inflammatory compounds elevated. Stress really causes quite a vicious cycle to occur. Stress has to be addressed, or with all the hard work and food and exercise, that stuff will not work. You have to look at the body as the whole picture. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, all the above. We are multidimensional and everything is interconnected. An imbalance somewhere is going to show up elsewhere. Okay, for your action steps, I want you to write down 3 or more major stressors in your life. Follow the path of how this is leading you to hold on to extra weight. Analyze the stressors and acknowledge which ones need some time to work on. And then do a stress reduction activity, a healthy one. Listen to the new guided meditation, go out and walk in nature, exercise as a form of self-love, watch a movie with loved ones, take a bath, enjoy a massage, maybe read, visualize, practice yoga or stretching. Simply be present in nature, art, music, or all the above. Other ways to reduce stress, again, are practicing mindfulness and gratitude, positive affirmations, and positive self-talk. Spend time doing things you love that light you up and make you feel good. Be present every day. Love yourself unconditionally every day, fully accepting of what comes your way. Just make sure you do something that you enjoy and that facilitates that feeling of love, sense of peace, calm, rest. This is so crucial to reduce stress in all areas of your life, to have sustainable health, and to transform your body from the inside out. All right, I'll see you in the next lesson.